Hi, this is Karen, and I just wanted to give you a quick tour of the recent changes we've made to how bill sheets and regulation sheets work. So when you make a new bill sheet now, new sheet, you will get this new dialog box. So you still want to put the sheet name at the top that you are going to do. And then you're going to now pick from a query, a hand-picked, or a roll-up type of sheet. So query is what you're used to. Roll-up we've had for a long time. It's hand-picked that's new. So if I make a hand-picked sheet, then I'm done. And there's no query tab, and I'm just ready to start adding bills to this. So this is if you have a bill sheet where you just want to have the bills that you have added on purpose. So your priority bills or the bills you want to share on your website or what have you. But once you add some bills to this sheet, and let me switch. So now if I look at my list of bill sheets, I have the type of bill sheet. There's a new column here to show you. So let's look at an old hand-picked one I had. So these are bills that I've added bill by picking them. And the pins now, instead of the query tab, and it's just the list of things that I've added. And you add new ones by typing in the state code and then a space, and then it'll drop down and show you what bill numbers look like in this state. And so then I can start typing in a bill number. And then it'll give me all of the bills with that number going back. So probably I want the most recent one, but you can pick whichever one you need. So that is one way you can add them. But you can also add them all the normal ways you're used to. So it's just like any old bill sheet, except it's only for putting in individual bills. You can still do alerts, you can still do widgets, you can still use it in a roll-up, but we are not going to update it every night with new bills because there are no new bills. It's only the bills that you have added on purpose. Obviously, we will keep the progress and the actions and all of that updated, so the data itself stays updated, but we're not adding new bills to it because you're adding new bills to it. Okay, so any bill sheet you had that only had bills you'd added by hand, we converted into a hand-picked sheet. If for some reason you would like it to actually be a query sheet, so you can add a query and start putting more bills in using keywords, or anytime you want to do that, drop us a note and we will convert it back for you. But for now, if you had a sheet that only had bills added by bill number because you had used the plus to add them in, or when you were reading the bill, you had used the track this bill, or when looking at similar bills, you had used the little plus from here, any of those ways that you had gotten a bill on a sheet, those are now hand-picked sheets. Okay, so the other big change is how the query sheets work. So now I'm going to go to my working one where I've always keep myself a bill sheet called working where I can do whatever random things I need to do. So on the query tab, it used to be that you had to have a search term for it to give you back anything. And so we had recommended you use the state code as your search term. You no longer have to do that. So for example, this one is giving me all resolutions in California from the current session. Or I could say show all budget bills from maybe all states. Or I could say just give me bills about justice that passed so far this year. So I can do any of these things now. And that will just do, it'll be like, so it'll give you the results from the entire query, not using any keywords at all. So there's 4,000 bills that have passed that had gone to a justice-related committee. So now you can use it that way. And that's the whole reason we're making these changes. So now you can search without having a keyword, because soon we will be adding the new taxonomy so that you can choose bills by topic, which is a step in our evolution towards broader, easier to write queries. So you'll be able to say, just give me bills on this specific topic, and we've got a list of like 200 of them. So that has been in the newsletter before. We had the whole list of topics that we shared with you a few months ago for your feedback. And we'll have it the list again in the newsletter this month. But that is what we're getting to. So we wanted you to be able to search for all bills in a given topic, which means we couldn't require you to have a keyword anymore. So it's just a nice evolution. You'll be able to search without keywords. So if you have bill sheets where you've added the state code, you can remove that and it's still going to work. Obviously, it doesn't hurt anything to have it there. That's still fine. But now you can search all 50 states without a code and just use the filters. Now, if you make a bill sheet that is too big, so if I said, give me all the justice bills, surely that's too big, then it's going to give me an error that says, sorry, you can't make a bill sheet that big. So remember that our limit is 5,000 bills on any specific bill sheet. So if you try to make a bill sheet that's too big, it will tell you your bill sheet's too big and ask you to narrow your query, which can be adding search terms, or it could be saying, you know, only give me bills that are bills or in a certain session or whatever. So you will need to narrow it if you choose something too big. All right, so hopefully you're excited about these new features, and I suggest you make a new bill sheet and kind of play around there. And then the handpicked sheet, hopefully that makes perfect sense. But absolutely reach out if you have any questions or if anything seems a little funny in your account, and we will help get you straightened out. All right, thanks. Take care. Bye.